Okay. All right. Well, my name is Rich Pettengill. I used to teach guitar classes here at the school, and I'm kind of busy being a professor these days. But anyway, I was one of the lucky ones that got to go. I was 15, summer of '69, and staying up at my summer home in the Western Mass, and there was the New York Times, and there was this ad, this like big ad that said, Woodstock Music and Art Fair and Aquarian Exposition. I'm like, what is this, hair, Aquarian, what's all? But I was like, oh, whoa. And I looked at the list of bands, and I'm like, oh my God. I didn't say OMG, but I was tempted to, and I said, okay, but the problem is I'm 15, and I don't have a driver's license, so what am I going to do? So I recruited my older cousins, and I said, we really got to go up to, this Bethel, New York, and we got to check this out. So we sent away for the tickets, and they came like a day, before we left, and just in the nick of time. Of course, we never had to show them to anybody, so what did it matter? So we tooled on up there on Wednesday, a couple of days before all the stuff happened, and it was a good idea we did because there was no traffic. We just tooled right in, and we parked my uncle's camping trailer right at the top of the hill, looking down right on the stage. So literally, we could look out the window of our little camping trailer and see the stage. So even when we had to collapse, there was the music. So that was pretty awesome. And we had a couple of days just hanging out at the festival, just the fairgrounds. Everybody was skinny dipping and mudsliding, and you heard nothing but Sweet Judy Blue Eyes blasting from car speakers everywhere. The whole, it was like that was the song of the moment, and you just heard that song, and it was beautiful. And later on, Artie Kornfeld, one of the producers, told the story that they had all this trouble about the site, right? And they couldn't figure out, the townspeople kept preventing them from being in various places, and they finally found this great guy, Max Yasgur, who said, sure, no problem. And but Crosby, Stills, and Nash were not going to show up because they were hearing rumors that it was all messed up and it was going to be screwed up. But Artie called them, apparently from the site, and said, Steve Stills, listen. So everywhere, even on the phone, Steve Stills could hear that everybody was listening to Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. So he said, okay, man, I guess we're going to come. Okay. So anyway, it was great. Friday afternoon, the music started. Richie Havens, he played 3 hours because nobody else was available to go on. And then John Sebastian, who was not scheduled to go on, went on with somebody else's guitar and forgot all the words because it wasn't ready. And then, then Country Joe went on solo because he wasn't planning to do that, but nobody else was available, so they would just kind of got things going. And it was great. And so to make a long story short, it was an amazing few days and very short on sleep, food, water, and things like that, but it didn't really matter. The music went straight through the night every night, and you tried to find a little sleep during the day, and then you went back and started the music again. Flash forward to Monday morning, and the sun's up. The sun's coming up on the Paul Butterfield Blues Band, but everybody who's left by that time is like, Hendrix. Okay, come on. All right, we need Hendrix now, okay? We are so dehydrated, we are starving. We are covered in 5 layers of mud. Hendrix now, please. And so, the Paul Butterfield Blues Band finally stops, and we're like, okay, it's got to be Hendrix now. It's really got to be Hendrix. And, so then out comes the guy, Chip Monk, and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, Sha-na-na. We're like, no! It can't, no! Nobody, this guy next to me flipped out. He's like, oh my God, man, it's Hendrix's freak, man. He's trying to freak us. It's Hendrix's thing, man. He got these guys to do this to freak us, man. So mercifully, they did a short set, at the Hop, etc. And, then the guy finally came on, and you all know the rest is history. It's like, oh my God, what an unbelievable performance. And so that seared me for life. I mean, look, 40 years later, I'm sitting here with our Stratocaster. I was just seared for life. And it was just kind of an amazing experience to hear what he did that morning, I guess we should do it. Okay, all right.